Hey man, don't think you can screw with us. We're not paying you any more, so don't piss around and take us where we're going to, or I'm calling them out. I didn't care about the money. I just thought we were pawns in this crazed guy's master plan. We were going to swim with the fishes in the Hudson or something, because I was going crazy and my mind was wandering. There was blood in the trunk. Thoughts rushed through my head. Perhaps he was taking us to some serial killer warehouse with all his serial killer cab driver friends to slaughter us. The driver immediately slammed on the brakes at a set of lights. I'm pretty sure this isn't an Uber, I muttered to myself. But the cab driver spoke up. Do you see the sign? It is an Uber, he snapped. Then why don't you do your job? My husband snapped at him, without a second thought. Perhaps the guy thought it was too much trouble. One loudmouth Aussie bogan and his crazy wife, because now he turned around and started going the right way. We got to the hotel, and I made sure to check the trunk again, but it was darker now and I couldn't see anything clearly, except for lots of shredded rags with a deep rust color staining them all.
In the year 1972, my younger sister and I were forced to move from our home in Norway to go live in the UK. My mother had just married an Englishman who had 4 children of his own, and they were expecting another one. It was a miserable time for me, because at 6 years old, I had not begun school yet in Norway, so consequently I spoke no English. I had also been forced to leave my father and beloved grandparents behind, and my own mother was more interested in her new husband than any of her children. My childhood was the unhappiest time of my life, and this was only exasperated by the experiences in the manor house in which we moved to. The old manor house was situated in a seaside town. From the outside, it was the picture postcard of the British countryside. A large lawn surrounding the driveway leading to the house. A glass greenhouse, stables around the back, and horses in the paddock. But behind this facade, we experienced such horrors, some that I still struggle to talk about to this day. Us children all experienced paranormal activity, particularly at night, and it left us exhausted. Our parents were not particularly concerned and often shut us out. All we had were each other, and it was terrifying. You dreaded sleep and the activity that would come with it. I would sleep with my dog and cat on the bed, but even they could not bring me enough comfort. One night, when I was around 9 years old, I was awoken by my dog standing near the bedroom window growling. The cat was standing with her back arched and fur standing on end, hissing loudly. All of a sudden though, my dog whimpered, and then suddenly there was silence. The room went cold, and the darkness seemed to engulf us. I got out of my bed shaking in fear, and crept towards my bedroom window, where my dog was now crouching, ears pinned down to her head. The floorboards creaked under my weight. As I reached the blacked-out curtains, I peeked out to see a man smiling menacingly at me. Terrified, I spun around expecting to see someone who stood behind me. But when I did, there was no one there. I turned back to the window, and it was gone. All that was left was the fog imprint from the outside of the window.